Business and economy. This Chinese city is broke. Why? How bad is it?
That speaks volumes about the state of the Chinese economy. A multi-billion yuan expressway, one side unfinished and abandoned, a symbol of a system that's stuttering. On the other side of the hill, we find a connecting tunnel where the project has abruptly stopped. Pillars show where it was meant to continue, as do blocks of homes vacated, lives moved on to make space.
Wow, look at all the tunnels, the buildings, apartments, they are not finished. The roads is not finished. Where is it? It's called Zunyi. Zunyi is in Guizhou province of China. It's right here. If you look at it, you can zoom in. It's a small city. It's one of the poorest city in China. Have you been to China? Comment down below. And look at that. If you just zoom out, it's nearby Chongqing and also Guilin. So basically, it's east and southeast of China. Look at that. So this is a city. Yeah, it's around middle of China. So let's go look at why it happens and how bad is it, and is there any solution to this city?
Space. Just a small number of residents have hung on here. Shi Chengli is one of them. She's lived here for 40 years, but her life is now in limbo, and she has a clear idea as to why.
The main reason is that there is no money. The state does not have any money left. I signed a contract. They said we would have a new apartment in 3 years. It will be the 5th year in September.
Everywhere you look here is infrastructure unfinished. In fact, Guizhou province is one of the poorest in China, and it is also the most indebted.
Wow.
And the reason is the model of growth that for so long drove such remarkable numbers. Huge borrowing, vast building.
Look at that. Nobody on the street. No cars on the road. Students are walking, children are walking. Wow, that's like China. They pay the roads so fast. So how did this happen? When China developed, they started building roads, infrastructures, apartments, even though the population is not growing. And when the economy tanked, like during the COVID time, so the economy didn't really recover. So what happens? So lots of people, they pay apartment. Before that, the State Department, they ran out of the money. They are in debt. So they could not finish the infrastructure because not lots of business gonna prosper, right? Not lots of business gonna move in when economy is really bad. So if there are not so many businesses, there are not so many people moving in for the jobs. So in that situation, there's no revenue, no tax revenue to continue building the roads and the apartments and the tenants as they projected. So what happened is that nobody's there. So state governments running out of money, so they just leave the projects like it is. So let's see how Chinese government or Chinese people can solve this situation.
Were really needed.
The problem now is that China is drowning in debt and there is essentially nothing left to build. It means the country is littered with sites like this, the most visual representation of an economic model that was never sustainable.
These problems aren't new, but they're biting now, as things haven't bounced back post-COVID. Consumers cutting back after months of lockdowns that shut businesses, depleted savings, and left confidence in tatters. Business is a lot worse, says this woman. It's bad now, getting worse year after year, and we're not doing well. And perhaps the most ominous threat, the Chinese housing market. Sites like this, unfinished work slowed. Developers that can't manage their debts, leaving buyers stranded and confidence flawed. This site is run by Country Garden, the latest giant to run into difficulty. Li Shengguo is one of the few workers left. He says others elsewhere are not getting paid.
Nowadays, all the big projects are like this, even good projects. Workers sometimes only get their money at the end of the year, which is a good case scenario. Some of them can't get it at all.
A sales representative here told us the site is...
He said most people couldn't even get the money at all. Some of them receive it only at the end of the year. That's how crazy is that? You know, in the States, we usually get once every 2 weeks or maybe once a month. So as you, which payments do you prefer? Do you like to receive it every week, every month, or every quarter, or even only once a year? Comment down below. Let's see how serious and how bad is it. Are the projects still going on, or were they just suffer? Look at that. What do they say?
As planned. And while experts say all this is unlikely to cast the economy into major meltdown or crisis, the era of miracle growth is clearly over, and it is people who will pay for the slowdown. Helen Ann.
Wow. Economic growth, the China miracle is over. So the Chinese economy is facing the sunset at the moment. Why does it happen? We're gonna look at some data, how it happens. Look at it. China's overall debt level is estimated to be over 300% of its GDP. So corporate, household, and government debt, 300%. Corporate debt is 123%. Household debt is 61% of GDP. Local government and financing vehicles is 60 trillion yuan. It's a major component. And China's government debt ratio, while relatively low compared to other components, is still considered elevated, around 82.4%. Central government 84.3%. Local government 60 trillion. Wow, that's why. So they have lots of debts, but they don't have so much revenue coming in, and developer has so much debt, so they couldn't finish it. So the buyers got stranded. So buyers usually pay upfront, maybe a deposit to start the unit. So when they could not finish it, the developer they should pay back, right? But if the developers go bankrupt, then they're not gonna get it back. So that's gonna impact the people a lot. So what they have done is just to Chinese government, they started industrialization, modernization of China. They just started infrastructure projects. When there is not enough business activity or revenue to cover for all the costs, so they've basically front load everything. But when COVID hit, something like that happens, the slowdown happens, everything just stopped. So that's how it really happens. But you should know that anything, project stop because they don't have enough money. But if you could make money like within 5 days, 72,000, Monday to Friday, working for only 2 to 3 hours a day, traveling around the world, and then you should have no worry at all. You can take care of your family, you are happy, right? So how do you do that? You can achieve it by using stock investing, call option, put options, advanced option, and you can learn more if you go to Master Rich Stocks Option Crypto on my channel. Go to playlist, you can check out playlist, and you can also open an account in the YouTube description comment down below. Open an account, you could get free stock if you like. If you have any question, comment down below, or you can have a mentorship call with me. Share, subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.